Denny Hamlin had it. The one trophy that has haunted his entire Cup Series career was sitting right there in front of him at Indianapolis, and then his own teammates handed it away. Not a rival, not bad luck, his own guys. Stick around because what Hamlin said after this race is about to blow up the garage. Denny Hamlin was leading late at the Brickyard 400. A restart on lap 127 changed everything. Hamlin needed a push from his Joe Gibbs Racing teammates, Christopher Bell in the 20 car and Chase Briscoe in the 19, to launch him back to the front. That push came in too early. Hamlin couldn't build momentum. Corey Heim, driving for 23XI Racing, seized the moment, held him off through turn 2, and drove away with the win. Hamlin finished the day pointing the finger inward, straight at his own teammate. This wasn't some random Sunday for Hamlin. The Brickyard 400 is one of the crown jewel races in NASCAR, and it's the one massive trophy still missing from his resume. Multiple championships, dozens of wins, a Hall of Fame career already in motion, and Indianapolis has never been his. He talked about that hunger before the race even started. Everybody in the garage knew what this one meant to him. So when his own team's spotter and crew chief were scrambling on the radio trying to organize a coordinated push between 3 JGR cars, it wasn't just strategy. It was Hamlin trying to close out the one chapter of his career he hasn't finished. And it fell apart in real time on the radio in front of everyone. Here's what makes this moment so brutal for Joe Gibbs Racing. Restart pushes at a track like Indianapolis are pure physics and pure trust. The pushing car has to time its acceleration to the exact moment the field crosses into the restart zone. Too early, and the lead car can't straighten out and use that momentum. Too late, and the whole plan is dead anyway. There's almost no margin for error. Hamlin got confirmation. Bell had said yes. The plan was in motion. But somewhere between the radio call and the actual restart, the timing broke down. And by Hamlin's own account, he still isn't sure whether it was Bell jumping too soon or Briscoe hanging back that killed the push. That ambiguity is almost worse than a clean mistake. When a driver can't even pinpoint exactly where the breakdown happened, that's a signal of deeper communication issues inside the stack of cars, not just one guy's reaction time. Now layer in the bigger picture. Corey Heim isn't some outside villain here. He's driving for 23XI Racing now, but he's set to be a full-time JGR-aligned driver in the near future. So Hamlin didn't just lose to a rival organization, he lost to a driver who's about to be inside his own tent. That takes the sting out of any bitterness toward Heim personally, but it does not take the sting out of losing. Strategically, this raises a real question for Joe Gibbs Racing heading into the postseason push. If 3 of their own cars can't execute a coordinated restart under pressure, that's not something you can fix with one radio conversation. That's a repetition problem. And with the way the playoff format punishes any single bad week, JGR cannot afford these coordination breakdowns showing up again in an elimination race. Is Hamlin right to put this on his teammates instead of himself? It's probably fair given the setup, but it's also the kind of public accountability that puts pressure on Bell and Briscoe heading into next week. That's a locker room dynamic worth watching. Expect a split reaction here. One side of the fan base is going to defend Hamlin completely. He did what he was supposed to do, secured a verbal commitment from his teammate, and got let down in the execution. That's not on him. The other side is going to point out that Hamlin has had chances at the Brickyard before, and at some point the excuses start to sound familiar. Fair or not, that narrative is going to follow him into the next crown jewel opportunity. Meanwhile, 23XI Racing gets to enjoy a statement win, especially with a driver who's about to become one of the most talked about additions in the sport. That storyline alone is going to dominate NASCAR media cycles this week. Best case for Hamlin, Joe Gibbs Racing treats this as a wake-up call, tightens up communication between their cars, and Hamlin uses the frustration as fuel heading into the playoffs. He's shown before he can turn near misses into statements. Worst case, this becomes another chapter in the Brickyard curse talk. If JGR's coordination issues resurface in a bigger moment, especially during the playoffs, this Indianapolis restart becomes the story people point back to when trying to explain why Hamlin still doesn't have that trophy. So here's the real question. Was this really on Bell and Briscoe, or is Denny Hamlin protecting himself by pointing the finger at his own teammates? Drop your take in the comments. Was it a teammate failure, or is this the same story we've heard before at the Brickyard? If you want the breakdowns nobody else in NASCAR media is giving you, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA. We'll see you in the next one.